name is Bob Welch, living in Santa Maria. We just moved here last year, and we tried to move our primary care physician. I called 7 doctors here in Santa Maria back in May and couldn't get one doctor to accept us as a new patient, so our new admitted person. So that caused us a little bit of a problem. I would say this, that if 46 million, I hear that number, 46 million people are going to be added to the rolls if this bill were to be passed, then what's going to happen, we're not going to have the care, we're not going to be able to have the access to the doctors, and it's going to be a lot of trouble. Now, my wife and I have spent over 20 years in Japan. Back in 2007, we returned from Japan, and I can tell you very clearly about the medical situation there from a number of experiences and from a lot of knowledge throughout all of Japan. I would say this, from a country that has national health care, I'll tell you what, when a lady is in an ambulance and they're calling 30 different hospitals trying to get her admitted and she dies in the hospital, in the ambulance, I would tell you this, that America's hospital system, medical system, is still the best in the world.
And what we're going to do is there's some people outside. You're going to let one in at a time. We're going to go down this wall, and we're going to let some of the people outside because they're not even getting the visual. And we're going to do one at a time, and they're going to start on this side of the room. So anybody along this wall, starting with you first. We'll just go down the line. Be right here.
Hi, my name is Linda Lewis, and I live in the great city of Napomo. Yes. 7 years ago, I had a routine medical procedure done. It ended up that I ended up with a blood clot in the main artery to my stomach. As a result of that, most of my stomach is gone. I have 18 inches of small intestine. Most of us have 30 feet. Well, that causes a lot of problems in life, but what they didn't tell me was that on account of that, my kidneys would fail. So now I am a lifetime on dialysis 3 days a week, 3 hours each day. And there is no way I'll ever be able to get a transplant because I still have the original problem. Now, Medicare is billed $15,000 a month for my treatment. You are looking at walking euthanasia if this bill goes through. How fast do you think they would turn off the blood filter? Very fast. Okay. Now this brings me to one more important thing. I understand the reasoning behind tort reform, but because of tort reform, I could not find a doctor anywhere in the western United States that would sue the doctor that harmed me. Okay? Now, okay, sorry.
It's okay.
There's options to that. I wish I had time to tell you.
1 minute. My name is Tom Hutchison. I live in Napomo, and I have a short letter to our senators and representatives. Senators and representatives, we Americans have a heritage which it is not your option to forget. It features the requirement, not the suggestion, that wherever government's power is not specifically granted, it's denied. In this country, the 2 primary jobs of government are 1, to protect us from foreign enemies, and 2, make and enforce our laws. Your 2 primary jobs, Senator, are 1, to reflect our desires when you're in Washington, and 2, make sure that government does nothing to step on our freedoms and our liberty. In other words, your votes should be consistently kept to keep them out of our lives and protect our individual rights. Among those are property rights, our right to protect ourselves, worship and educate our children as we see fit, and the right to succeed from our work and the right to fail from our ventures. It actually makes us smarter the next time. We want to be a nation of rugged individualists again. Americans have no more right to health care they can't afford than they have to a new Cadillac they can't pay for. And nobody in this room wants their paycheck forced to pay for it. Am I done?
Good evening. My name is Jens Hansen. I live in Arroyo Grande. My contention is all of this healthcare business has nothing to do with healthcare. It's about control of our individual liberties. Our most precious possession are our lives. And I'll be damned if I want some politician or some unelected bureaucrat in Washington, D.C. or in some state capital telling me how I should live my life. What I'd like to do is to propose an irrevocable amendment or clause for this healthcare business that effectively says that American citizens have the right to opt in and opt out at will of any healthcare plan that the government may force down our throats. But I'll bet you that neither of these people here will accept that, which basically says that they are intending to control our lives.
Correct. Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Gwen Krillis. I'm from Lompoc. I have not been...
Closer.
I'm going to, please bear with me as I read this, and I'll read it as quickly as possible. I have not been particularly involved in politics other than always exercising my privilege to vote and listening to and watching the news to be aware of current events. My parents raised me in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. They also taught us patriotism at an early age and told us how blessed we were to live in this wonderful country of freedom. Many of my family members have served in the military. As we all are sadly aware, the current president has been apologizing for this great country. He has stated that we were not founded on Christian principles. He lied. We all know that it is not true. Our country was founded on Christian principles, for we have a rich Christian heritage. You cannot change history, Mr. President. This is my country, land that I love. This health care bill is not a health care bill. It is just another devious plan to destroy our personal freedoms and plunge our country more deeply into a death spiral to socialism, fascism, and communism. Because, I don't know if I have time to read this last paragraph, I can read it really fast. I just want to urge you, Congresswoman Lois Capps and all that represent us and that have power to make decisions on our behalf, to vote against the bill and any bill that would open the door to destroy our freedom from socialism, fascism, and communism. We are all Americans. Wake up and take back America. I'm proud.
And again, the reason we encourage you to send your comments to Katz, Feinstein, Boxer, and everybody else, send them to Gallagly. Send them to everybody you can think of. There's places on the web that you can hit one button and send it to everybody. Okay, next on this side.
My name is Dennis Oppel. I live in Santa Maria, California. Day after tomorrow, August 22nd, I will celebrate 1 year since I was sitting on my sofa reading to my 7 and 8-year-old and my heart quit. The paramedics came. It was very difficult to revive me. I wasn't conscious for 3 days. They thought I had brain damage. Marion Medical Center did an extraordinary job to bring me back to where I am today. Never once have I worried about losing my home. Never once did I receive a bill. I'm on a government-sponsored insurance program that may rub people a lot the wrong way, but I was cared for extraordinarily well. I can call my insurance company anytime I want, and it takes less than 10 minutes to get someone alive on the phone. And today, my 8 and 9-year-old have a father, my wife has a husband, and I am not opposed to the government taking up the slack for where the insurance companies are failing the people of this country. I wish everyone in this room got the care that I got.
Thank you, Dennis.